Assalamu alaikum everyone. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most gracious. Let's continue with the chapter Diseases of Blood. In this section, we are going to focus on the following blood diseases. That is leukocytosis, platelet disorders like thrombocytopenia and thrombasthenia. Leukocytosis. When the number of white blood cells in your body is higher than the normal, it is called leukocytosis. In this section, leukocytosis refers to disorders that evolve as a consequence of infectious diseases. Because the blood leukocytes are critical cellular elements in the defense against infectious disease, they increase their number when an active infection exists. The total circulating white blood cells increases above 10,000 during active infection. Neutrophilic leukocytosis evolves in response to pyogenic bacterial organisms such as Streptococcus, Staphylococcus, Neisseria, actinomyces and bacteroids. Mononuclear leukocytosis may involve lymphocytes, monocytes or both. Because lymphocytes and monocytes are active defense elements against viral infections, mononuclear leukocytosis are usually indicative of viral infection. Bacterial associated leukocytosis. A marked elevation in the levels of circulating neutrophils occurring as a result of an infection by pyogenic bacteria. Pyogenic bacteria will initiate a neutrophilic leukocytosis and the WBC count will be elevated. A marked increase in mature neutrophil is seen, approaching 85% on the differential count. As the marrow releases neutrophils into the circulating blood, some immature forms will be found to exit the marrow prematurely. Specifically, non-lobulated nuclei are encountered and these immature neutrophils are termed as band cells. The appearance of immature neutrophil forms may include earlier precursors such as metamyelocytes. A neutrophilic leukocytosis with immature neutrophil is referred as a shift to the left. This term refers to the traditional diagram of cellular maturation, whereby the immature forms are illustrated on the left with arrows showing differentiation and maturation proceeding to the right. Therefore, a shift to the left indicates a retrogressive phenomena with appearance of immature, less differentiated cells. Shift to left, indicating retrogressive phenomena with appearance of immature, less differentiated cells. Clinical features. Although an infection of any organ by pyogenic bacteria may induce a neutrophilic leukocytosis, it is important to realize that odontogenic and periodontal infections are bacterial and will cause the same type of reaction. Constitutional signs and symptoms of infectious diseases, including malaise and fever, will usually accompany the neutrophilic leukocytosis. Lab findings. Mononuclear leukocytosis is occasionally noted in non-pyogenic specific bacterial and fungal infections that induce chronic granulomatous inflammation. In tuberculosis and deep fungal infections, oral ulcerations may be encountered and are usually deep-seated with rolled margins. Granulomatous oral ulcers simply represent dissemination from a systemic infection that is usually of pulmonary origin. Treatment. Leukocytosis of a reactive nature resolves once the infection has cleared. After resolution of the infection, the white blood cell count will usually return to normal level within 1 to 2 days. Once the site of infection has been uncovered, culture and sensitivity are required to select the appropriate antibiotic. In the facial area, if the leukocytosis is associated with soft tissue abscess, incision and drainage may accelerate resolution. Virus-associated leukocytosis. A marked elevation in the circulating lymphocytes and monocytes in response to viral infection. Viruses, being intracellular parasites, elicit a defense response in which the inflammatory cells are predominantly lymphocytes and monocytes. Neutrophils play a very small role in the elimination of viral agents. Therefore, the leukocytosis that accompany viral infection are typically mononuclear in nature and include small lymphocytes, large lymphocytes, and monocytes. Bleeding disorders. Bleeding disorders are the group of disorders that share the inability to form a proper blood clot. Platelets are tiny blood cells that help your body to form the clot to stop bleeding. If one of your blood vessels get damaged, it sends out signals to the platelets. The platelets then rush to the site of damage. They form a plug or clot to fix the damage. It is therefore obvious that individuals who have deficiency in the platelet numbers and individuals who have functional disturbances in the platelet adhesion will suffer from bleeding episodes. In general, most platelet disorders are characterized by cutaneous and mucosal petechiae. Petechiae is a small 1 to 2 mm red or purple spot on the skin caused by a minor bleed from broken capillary blood vessels. These are the causes of bleeding disorders and easy bruising encountered in patients. These fall in three categories. Number 1, platelet disorders. Number 2, vascular wall fragility. Number 3, coagulation factor deficiency. Platelet disorders may be due to autoimmunity, chemotherapy, defective adhesion, defective aggregation, genetics, radiation therapy, leukemia, or due to prostaglandin inhibitors. Vascular wall fragility includes scurvy and genetics. Coagulation factor deficiency may be due to genes, primary liver disease, biliary obstruction, steatorrhea, or anticoagulant drugs. Thrombocytopenia, a decrease in the number of circulating blood platelets that can be caused by a variety of factors. In other words, a low platelet count may also be known as thrombocytopenia. When you don't have enough platelets in your blood, it means your body cannot form clots. Pathogenesis. Total circulating blood platelets are normally between 250,000 and 400,000 per millimeter cube of blood. A decrease in the number of may occur because of maturation arrest or autoimmune events. Importantly, when the platelet count drops below 35,000 cells per millimeter cube, severe catastrophic bleeding may occur subsequent to trauma or surgery. The most common underlying causes include administration of cytotoxic chemotherapy drugs, leukemia, and autoimmune thrombocytopenic purpura, in which antiplatelet antibodies are observed. The autoimmune form occurs in HIV-infected patients as well and is referred as idiopathic thrombocytopenic purpura, that is ITP. The cause for the generation of antiplatelet antibodies is unknown. Clinical features. Petechial hemorrhages are the most common form of purpura encountered in thrombocytopenia and are characterized by pinpoint red or brown macules of the skin. They may occur on any surface within the oral cavity but are more frequently seen on palate. In the differential diagnosis, however, it should be noted that palatal petechiae are more often caused by suction. Clicking the palate against the tongue is common when individuals suffer from upper respiratory tract infection and has itchy throat. Oral petechiae secondary to thrombocytopenia are usually accompanied by cutaneous petechiae as well. Additionally, patients may complain of spontaneous gingival hemorrhage. Palatal petechiae. They may occur on any surface within the oral cavity but are more frequently seen on the palate. Clinical picture showing bruising or purpura on the patient's forearm due to thrombocytopenia. Again, the clinical picture of palatal petechiae, multiple small foci of superficial vessels, bleeding that occurs because of the fragility of vessel wall or may be due to altered clotting factors when minor trauma to the area is encountered. Lab findings. Thrombocytopenia is diagnosed by obtaining a platelet count. When leukemia is suspected, a complete blood count should be obtained because leukemia is frequently associated with drop in the platelet count. The bleeding time is a clinical assessment of platelet numbers and adherence. The clinician performs the test by placing a blood pressure cuff on the patient's arm and applying a pressure to 40 mm mercury. Below the cuff, the forearm is penetrated with a 1 mm blood lancet. The small focus of hemorrhage is dabbed every 50 seconds with a piece of filter paper. When blood can no longer be identified on the paper, the bleeding time has been reached. In the patients with normal functioning and adequate number of platelets, the bleeding time usually varies between 5 and 7 minutes. Treatment. Before treatment can be planned, the underlying cause of a reduction in platelets must be determined. A platelet count below 35,000 can lead to a life-threatening hemorrhage after oral surgery. If surgery must be performed or it is essential that an infected tooth be extracted, the patient will need to be hospitalized and platelet infusion must be administered. Thrombasthenia, a functional group of disease characterized by defective adherence or aggregation of platelets. It is also known as Glanzmann's disease. Although a hemorrhagic diathesis will occur when the number of platelets drop below critical levels, functional impairment can also result in purpura. Defects in platelet adhesion or aggregation culminate in inadequate plugging of ruptured vessels, and the disease is referred as thrombasthenia. Aspirin toxicity with its effect on prostaglandin synthesis is one of the more clinically common defects in platelet adhesion and aggregation. In addition, heritable diseases exist in which patients fail to synthesize functionally intact adhesion molecules on the platelet surface. One such disorder that also affects the coagulation pathway is von Willebrand disease, in which an important adhesion molecule is defective. In addition, factor VIII of the intrinsic pathway is also defective. These are some common causes of bleeding diathesis: ITP, deficiency of blood platelets, vitamin K deficiency, or hemophilia. Clinical features. In salicylate toxicity, as in von Willebrand disease and other rare forms of thrombasthenia, petechial hemorrhage are the hallmark. Therefore, the clinical features stimulate those seen in thrombocytopenia. Similarly, when petechiae occur within the oral cavity, the skin is also affected. Lab findings. The platelet count in thrombasthenia is normal, although a functional assay for platelet aggregation can be performed in the clinical lab. The bleeding time is prolonged. In addition, assays are available to assess the level of von Willebrand factor VIII. That's all for today. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.